All right, everybody. So welcome back to another episode of Colton Posey Fishing. So today we're going to be doing something a little different. Y'all messaged me several times and asked me about a rundown on my new boat. So let's go through it. All right, so I ended up going with a Nitro. So those of you who've kept up with my stuff for several years, back when I was fishing tournaments full time, I ran a Nitro. And there's a lot of hate around Nitro, and I understand completely. And I'm not sponsored by Nitro. I don't work for any White River Marine or anything like that. It's just, to me, a Nitro is the most affordable boat that you can get for the money. Okay, me personally, I can't afford a $60,000+ boat. Okay, and in my opinion, you just don't need that to go fishing. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I've got a lot of questions about, hey, are you getting back in the tournament scene and stuff like that? At this moment in time, no. Okay, so this moment in time, I'm not planning on fishing any opens. I'm not planning on fishing ABT or any of that stuff. I'm strictly focusing on the YouTube side because I like being able to make my own schedule and do what I want to do when I want to do it. Okay, so that's where I prefer to be, is where I'm at now. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So right up here, this is where all the work's done. And that's one thing that I do like about Nitros. They do have a big flipping deck, okay? I like a lot of room. I'm a bigger guy. Well, I'm a wider guy than I am tall. But either way, this is where all the business happens. And this is where, I want to be most comfortable. Y'all have to overlook it. It's a little dirty. We've been fishing, wearing it out, breaking her in. But this time I ended up going with a Lowrance Ghost, okay? So all y'all know I've always used cable steer trailer motors, but with me, especially being by myself a lot of times, that spot lock comes in more handy than anything else. But the reason I went with the Lowrance over anything else, over the Minn Kota or anything like that, because I've run Minn Kotas pretty much my whole life, is I run Lowrance units. So with the Lowrance units, all that, everything networked together, it just talks a lot easier. And I'm gonna do some upgrades. Gonna grab another graph, gonna get some I'm definitely gonna do active target, all that in the future. Right now I'm not necessarily worried about it, but either way, let's hop up here. All right, so on the left-hand side, we've got obviously the rod locker. So I've got all my rods, I don't know, maybe 16 rod gloves, all that good stuff. Multiple rods, holds plenty. Did not have a divider in it, which is great. And then we've got the center storage here. So center storage, I like it. It's taking a little bit of getting used to. It is a absolute total mess right now, but I've got 95% of my tackle in here. I got my money bags, boxes. I got a ruler, scale, Real Magic, all that good stuff. But it's got dividers right here on the sides that kind of divides all this. You can take them out if you want to. I've left them in here so far. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. But I kind of like that aspect of it. But now right here on both sides, we do have tool holders, cup holders, all that good stuff. By the way, this is the Nitro Z18 Pro. So I keep my pedestal seat right here. I got some extra line tools, jacket, rope, just normal stuff that you'd want to keep in a boat, especially if you're out all the time. And then in the middle right here, we have got the cooler. Now I do like what they did with the cooler, with the removable trash can, sandwich tray. This ice literally just melted not long ago. It's been in there since like Tuesday, so almost like 4 days. So I mean, the cooler holds out well. It's a super deep cooler. I mean, all the way up nearly to my shoulder. Good stuff. It's got a little light. Nitros come with a little light, push on, push off, all that good stuff. It kind of helps, but it's not really that big of a deal. And then you got your rod holders for your co-angler, whatever you want. Nitro, one thing I do like about Nitro, you can buy a secondary console, remove these right here, put the console in, tie it up, you're good to go. Now, one thing that I'm definitely going to have to get used to, and that's the seats, okay? So the seats in this thing, they sit up really high. I wasn't expecting this, especially in the cockpit area. You do have a huge cockpit. But you know, you can stretch out, lean out, whatever you want to do. It's very comfortable, but the seats kind of lean way back and you kind of sit up high, so it is comfortable. I will say this boat does not ride near as good as my Triton did, which is kind of a downer, a bummer. But you know, I've run Nitros before. I know they're not the best riding boat, but for affordability, they're good boats in my opinion. So either way, let's turn this thing around, check this out. All right, so here, you know, you've got your steering wheel, tilt steering, tilt this up and down, hydraulic steering, all that good stuff. Power nav, dimmer, aerator, recirc, your bilge horn, all that good stuff. Got my Lowrance unit mounted right here, 9-inch unit, plenty of room. Probably end up putting another one over here on this side or something. Phone holder, and you can see, I mean, it goes way down here. I do wish that this boat come with a hot foot and pro trim, so I'm definitely going to get that and add that on. And then, you know, you've got right here to open and close your live wells. I do like that. That's one of the biggest features in this boat that I really like. You know, we as tournament anglers and stuff, I don't like reaching down the live well, having to pull the plug out and stuff, because you get fin, you get fish slime all over you, all that good stuff. So, you know, having that switch to open and just close the live well, that is a major you know, deal to me personally. So let's hop back here at the back, check this out. All right, so back here in the back, this is where, you know, 99% of the time my co-angler hangs out, camera guy, whatever I got going on at that time. I keep my camera equipment, some paperwork, and, you know, battery jumper, all that stuff on this side. Plus, you know, my co-angler can put a few things in there. Not a whole lot, but a few things. Now y'all have to, don't judge me on the live well. I got to clean her up. Super deep live well. We've been culling fish out of the ponds. I've had so far up to 54 little bass in here. When I say little bass, 54 up to anything 11 inches and under, okay, has been in this live well, up to 54. So with that being said, all of them been alive, maybe had one or two die. I do like the Nitro live well system, works out great. Never had an issue with them on tournaments. Right here, I just keep my life jackets. So I just got a couple life jackets. I try to keep as much weight as I can to this side of the boat towards my co-angler, because a lot of times I'm by myself and it seems like the boat just runs out smoother, with most of the weight being on the left side, kind of balancing, you know, that out. Then back here, you know, you got all your batteries and stuff. Cranky battery, AGM, 2 deep cycles. Do have the breaker right there, which is great. And then over here, I do have, you know, my, the charger. So, you know, everything on a Nitro is super easy to get to, which is what I like. I like what they've done with the back here. Keeps it super clean. I mean, it's just super easy. Right there is where you just plug in your receptacle and all that good stuff. So, you know, poor man's boat. So that being said, I mean, that's basically a rundown with my Nitro. So far, I like it. Like I said, it's not the best riding boat on the market. And I've had several people ask me about suggestions of what boat I would say to get. Same as I talk about rods, reels, units, all that stuff. Buy what you can afford. You know, if you're looking for a glass boat, I would definitely say Nitro's the cheapest way you go, and Falcon's probably the best way that you can go, in my opinion. I've been in just about every type of fiberglass boat, and I will say Falcon was the best riding, best just overall for the fishermen, okay? And I believe they're the last of a dying breed when it comes to boats. They're very well built. They're very well built, and they're very well built by fishermen. So, you know, Nitro, Skeeter, Phoenix, whatever you like, go with that. My biggest thing is I don't want the gunnel too tall. That's one of the things that I do like about Nitro, Skeeter, and Falcon. The gunnel is short, and I'm a short guy. I'm 5'9". So, you know, a lot of times flipping with a tall gunnel like a Triton or a Phoenix or something like that, a lot of times my bait hits the side of the boat, and, you know, I don't like that. I'm very, very picky about my boats being clean and exactly how I want them. That's one of the reasons I don't like white on my boats, but unfortunately I got a white boat. But either way, you know, we'll probably end up going with a wrap later on down the road. But either case, maybe you're looking into the aluminum side. If you're looking into the aluminum side, the most expensive, I would say, get a Gator Trax. Gator Trax is just off the charts. One of the least expensive that I could say, you know, that you could probably go with that's really, really good boats, that's the Express boats. Express is really good. The Rangers are really good. They just have plenty of storage and stuff like that for an aluminum boat. They're good boats. Either way, guys, so that's the rundown of my Nitro. I hope you liked the video. This is not something that I do typically, but y'all kept asking about it. So that's the rundown of my Nitro Z18 Pro.